Welcome to tonight's Primes Reviews, and today we are looking at Transformers Age of the Primes Superion. Finally got all the aerial bots, and I'm really excited to get this guy together. This will be the first time I've put the complete Superion together. I just got Fireflight today, so I have not put him on the arm yet. All the others I put on at various parts. But I have not put on Fireflight. So this will be the first complete Superion I've had. We're going to start off in jet mode for everyone, because that is how most everything combines. This is the basic configuration that everyone's going to be in. It's what I see the most. Obviously, you can switch which side each arm is on, which side each leg is on, and then you can switch out the pieces with Menasor and possibly, and supposedly Bruticus when he comes out. And hopefully we'll be getting Defensor after that. So let's start with the skeleton. And for all those who say skeleton combiners are bad because they're parts forming, all combiners are parts formers. You're combining different parts together. You may not like the idea of a skeleton, that's fine. You know, we're all entitled to our own opinions. But just so you know, skeleton combiners have been around since G1. The Micromaster combiners specifically used a skeleton system to combine them together. So, yes, it's not quite Scramble City, but the Combiner War Scramble City was not perfect. It wasn't horrible, but they usually needed upgrade kits to be able to hold poses, feel stable. I got a Volcanic, like the only one of those I have is Volcanicus. I missed out on a lot of them, which is why I was hyped that we have all these new combiners coming out. And I like my Volcanicus, but I like him a lot better once I got the Perfect Effect upgrade kit for him. I think that it fixed a lot of the issues that he had. Okay, so here is our skeleton base. Arms will go on after I put the arm bots on. So let's start with Superion. He is 90% of the way there. Like this right here is almost completely how he combines. We're going to tuck the nose cone away. And fold the front nose section back. Tuck the wingtips in. Unhinge the tail. Now we're not going to close any of these up just yet because we need access to this hole right there. We'll go into that peg. You got those two slots for those two tabs. So what I like to do is I like to get that section under the tail. All right, that one. Okay, that's not working. All right, so I'm plugging him in. Gonna close up the chest. That'll help hold everything in place while I close that panel up. Got it plugged in. Now I'm just gonna close those into place and turn around Superion's head. That is literally everything you do for Silverbolt. For the legs, going to fold the legs up. I'll take this gun off. This one can stay on because it's going to be on the outside. Rotate the tail fins up. And from here on, you're just going to make him a cube. So fold nose cone back, close the wings on it, bring the nose cone section further back, and then tuck his head in. Then he's going to peg in on these 4 spots. And then when he goes in, he's going to push this black piece, which will close the doors. Now, a lot of people don't like how far this sticks out. I am in agreement there. That does stick out really far. I wish they would have found a way to like get him further in, because those are some impressive calves. Skydive, exact same thing, just on the opposite side. And there we got our legs. For the arms, you're just going to fold up the wings. And then those 2 holes, those 2 slots, excuse me, those 2 holes, those 2 slots, those 4 slots, and hard to see because I've got a sticker in there to make it blend more, but there we go. That slot right there, that is where the trigger is, to separate the two, the 2 halves. I'm just gonna plug, helps if you put the landing gear away. You want to get that down as tight as you can. This one does not like to push the pin in far enough, so then when he does, the pieces don't like to always want to separate. And just extend out the arm. I got the gun placement from that toy guy, just so you can have the wings down, because I do like that look better. And because these guns are so flat, they don't bump into each other when he's just standing. So, same connection over here. And he does have a designated right and left hand. It's separated, but doesn't want to extend. This was an issue that a lot of people were having with Slingshot when he first came out. Or actually when Silverbolt first came out, they were trying to separate him. If that happens, there's an easy fix for that. Go ahead and pull him off. Alright, so what you're going to do, I just happen to have a screwdriver here with me. You're going to get something small and flat that will fit in there. Push that down. And pull the two apart. Like, you have to be pushing that down when you push them apart. I was pushing them apart with my thumb and finger on the sides. Once I got it far enough, then I could let go and just grab it the rest of the way. And then you're just going to place the top on the top of the arm. Stretch that out. Legs on the bottom of the arm. Make sure everything's clicked into place. And then just slide shoulder down over his foot. These can be a little bit tricky to take off. What I do is I'll kind of like rock it out from the bottom, because you have a slot right there going onto that tab, and that tab isn't on a spring, so it just kind of sits there. So the guns do bump each other a little bit, but not enough for it to cause any issues. And you're going to take this thing, pull out its handle, plug Superion or Silverbolt's gun to the end of it, and you're gonna have to flip that up for him to hold his gun. There is a square peg right there that goes into that hole right there, just to help stabilize it. So there you are, Superion, fully complete. Finally, you can, if you are afraid of him being a little back heavy, these you can pull out to give him heels. I haven't really found issue with that. It's got all of your standard posability, ankle tilts. He does have a toe up, but that's for transformation. Arms go full 360, out 9 degrees. Head can do a full 360, a little bit up and down. You can unpeg it for up. I don't like to do with that because it's a pain to get it back in. Does have some waist swivel. Superion's or backpack gets in the way. These can go 90. Thighs can go over 90 degrees. Or hips, I mean. Thigh swivel. Elbows can go 90. Bicep swivel. Got a bit of a forearm flex there from for transformation. Wrist can go in. It's got, can do 360 wrist swivel, but they're tight. All of his joints are nice and tight. So, big question. Should you get him? If you're a fan of combiners, yes. If you have other combiners, like Menasor or Devastator, he goes really well with them. Right now, he's the shortest of the three because I've got a I've got the DNA kit for Menasor, which gave him thigh extensions and new shoes. So he is taller than he would normally be. They would be roughly the same size if that was an unmodified Menasor. Devastator, on the other hand, is natively taller, which he should be. Here's Power of the Primes Volcanicus. He's a little bit taller, but that's because he's got the Perfect Effect feet, which are so much better than the ones that they give you to start with. And the Legacy Volcanicus. So, all in all, great set. I'm happy I got it. Can't wait to see what DNA does. So he can have articulated hands. Hopefully be a little bit taller, and hopefully they will find some way to make those not stand out so much. That is the one real sore spot I have with this team I think Hasbro could have tried harder to make the legs fit. I mean, with Menasor, they fit nicely. They just they make the calves look complete. This one, the calves look complete on their own, and if you were just able to had something in there to shut the doors, it would have looked fine. The big old plane hanging off the back of it, not so much. If they could find a way to make that work a little bit better, that would be awesome. So until next time, this is Night Scream signing out.